In the constellation of figures that comprise the erotic entertainment industry, few have traversed its contours with the multiplicity of engagement that defines Leena La Bianca. Often known simply as Leena, her career emerged at a pivotal moment in the evolution of erotic, mass media, and feminist discourse. Far from being a mere performer within a stigmatized sector, Leena's trajectory from amateur performer to acclaimed film actress, softcore B-movie star, and stage actor illuminates a complex interplay of identity, agency, and artistry. To contextualize her life and work is to delve into the broader social, historical, and cultural shifts that framed the film industry in the 1990s. At the cusp of the digital revolution and amid heightened moral debates in American society, Leena's emergence as a professional performer reveals as much about evolving sexual politics and media representation as it does about personal ambition and artistic endeavor. The entertainment industry, once relegated to seedy obscurity, was entering a period of commercialization and mainstream infiltration. Within this shifting landscape, performers like Leena navigated fame, infamy, and introspection. This video argues that Leena La Bianca's career reflects a significant moment in the cultural evolution of the industry, where personal narrative, sexual politics, and performance art intersected. Her transition from amateur scenes to mainstream performances and finally to live theater not only defies reductive categorizations but also contributes to ongoing debates about the representation of women, the boundaries of performance, and the legitimacy of entertainment as a form of cultural production. The entertainment industry in the early 1990s was undergoing significant transformation. With the rise of home video and increasing normalization of explicit content in private households, performers had unprecedented opportunities for visibility. Leena La Bianca entered this domain not as a passive participant but as a self-motivated performer navigating the terrain from amateur productions to professional status. Her debut film, Leena, 1992, marked more than just an entrance, it was a symbolic assertion of agency and identity. Reviewed by critics such as Thomas McMahon in Video News, the film was both a literal and metaphorical unveiling of a performer who understood the performative power of sexuality. Leena's early career is notable for its reflection of broader industry trends. The early 1990s saw an influx of women entering the industry under their own volition, often citing economic opportunity, personal empowerment, or artistic expression. Unlike earlier decades, where exploitation narratives dominated discourse, the 1990s opened space for a more nuanced understanding of performers' motivations. Leena, hailing from Denver, Colorado, brought with her not only a fresh aesthetic but also a determination to transcend simplistic portrayals. Her move to California was emblematic of a broader migration of talent toward the entertainment epicenter, aligning herself with production companies that offered both exposure and creative control. In interviews and media appearances, Leena emphasized professionalism and performance, distinguishing herself from stereotypical notions of actors. Her collaborations with prominent directors and involvement in varied genres, ranging from gonzo to narrative-driven scenes, signified a deliberate crafting of career and persona. This multifaceted engagement with the industry allowed her to cultivate a fan base that appreciated not just her physical allure but also her commitment to the art form. The significance of Leena's crossover into mainstream media lies in its challenge to entrenched cultural dichotomies between entertainment and legitimate performance. Her appearances in Showtime's Sherman Oaks, 1995, and softcore films like Other Men's Wives and Femalien, both 1996, represented a bridging of genres, bringing industry sensibilities into quasi-mainstream storytelling. These roles often maintained erotic undertones but were layered with character development and narrative complexity, allowing Leena to showcase her range beyond the explicit. However, it is in her theatrical endeavors that Leena's performative ambitions are most vividly realized. The 1996 play Sweet Hostage and the 1998 production of Steeltown by the Actors Gang offered a platform for her to transcend the constraints of visual titillation and embrace dialogue-driven, emotionally rich roles. These performances underscored her ability to inhabit characters with psychological depth, an attribute often denied to performers by the mainstream acting community. By appearing on stage with the Actors Gang, a company known for its avant-garde sensibilities and social commentary, Leena aligned herself with a tradition of theater that values risk-taking and boundary-pushing. Her presence in such spaces was not merely a novelty but a statement, challenging audiences to confront their preconceptions, performance, and respectability. In this context, Leena became both a performer and a cultural provocateur, using the stage to renegotiate the meaning of her career. Critics of the industry often raise valid concerns: the potential for exploitation, the reinforcement of harmful gender stereotypes, and the commodification of intimacy. These critiques, grounded in moral and feminist discourses, challenge the celebratory narratives that performers like Leena might represent. From this perspective, her success does not negate the systemic issues that pervade the industry. However, such critiques must be balanced against the agency of performers themselves. Leena's career exemplifies the capacity for self-determination within a structurally flawed industry. Her movement between genres and platforms demonstrates an assertion of control over her image, labor, and legacy. Scholars like Linda Williams have argued for a more nuanced understanding as a form of body genre, akin to horror or melodrama, where emotional and physical expression can be both performative and cathartic. Leena's theatrical work further supports this argument, revealing her to be not merely a subject of the gaze but an active participant in shaping its direction. Moreover, the tendency to dismiss performers' transitions into mainstream or theatrical work as mere publicity stunts undermines the very real labor and talent involved. Leena's engagement with live theater, a medium that demands authenticity and immediacy, cannot be reduced to spectacle. It reflects a deeper commitment to storytelling and an understanding of performance that transcends the boundaries of genre. Leena La Bianca's career defies simple categorization. Emerging from the amateur scene and rising to prominence in professional, she leveraged her visibility to explore softcore cinema and eventually legitimate theater. Her trajectory is emblematic of a moment in cultural history where performers began to challenge the limits of their own representation, reclaiming narratives and expanding their creative horizons. By analyzing her career through the lenses of agency, performance, and cultural legitimacy, this video affirms that Leena was not merely a figure within the industry but a pioneer navigating multiple realms of entertainment. Her story invites a reassessment of the boundaries between art and erotica, between marginalization and mainstream acceptance. It demands that we consider the possibility of empowerment within contested spaces, and the role of performance as a vehicle for personal and political expression. Ultimately, Leena's legacy lies in her refusal to be confined, whether by industry norms, public expectations, or critical dismissals. She carved a path that challenged assumptions and opened doors for future performers to pursue multi-dimensional careers. In doing so, she contributed to a broader conversation about the value of all forms of performance and the complex humanity of those who dare to inhabit them. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you'll be notified when we upload new videos. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.